David Leitch's Bullet Train is an absolute romp of an action film. Starring Brad Pitt alongside an amazing cast of co-stars, Bullet Train is one of the most exciting and fun movies of the past decade. Following Brad Pitt's character, an assassin named Ladybug, the film takes place on the titular Bullet Train, the fastest train in the world located in Japan. The film features Ladybug squaring off against plenty of deadly enemies over the film's runtime. A recent behind-the-scenes clip called Train Professionals has been released, which sees the cast having the time of their lives working on the film. Today we'll be covering the feature, as well as all the additional bonus content that comes along with the DVD and Blu-ray copies of the film. Also, toward the end, we'll be doing a deep dive into all the references and Easter eggs found in the film, so stick around for that. First, who are the diverse cast members that make Bullet Train so special? First up, the thing that truly made Bullet Train such a special film was its impressive cast. This, of course, was helmed by Brad Pitt in the starring role of Ladybug. Although he's the driving force behind the film, the rest of the film would not have been nearly as effective were it not for everybody else. Because we'll be breaking down a special that features the main cast of the film, let's go over exactly who is in the film. One of the most recognizable names on the cast list is Sandra Bullock, who is best known for her roles in The Blind Side and Gravity, which are very different films from Bullet Train to say the least. The film also features unforgettable performances from Brian Tyree Henry, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Joey King, Andrew Koji, Michael Shannon, and Hiroyuki Sanada. One of the most unexpected performances comes from none other than Benito A. Martinez Ocasio. If this name doesn't mean much to you, it's probably because you know him better by his stage name, Bad Bunny, one of the most popular Latin pop stars in the world. There are also several amazing celebrity cameos that we'll be getting into later on in the video. The main takeaway from Bullet Train is just how much fun everybody is having during filming, which is what we'll be getting into next with the Trained Professionals feature. So what happens in the Trained Professionals feature? This feature is a bonus on the DVD and Blu-ray editions of the film and shows tons of behind-the-scenes footage from the film. It also features never-before-seen footage of the film's actors sharing their thoughts on what made the film so special. It seems the common thread between everybody involved is that Bullet Train was one of the most enjoyable films they'd ever worked on. Aaron Taylor Johnson specifically described the film as an action-packed, entertaining, full-on comedy with phenomenal actors. There are many other rave reviews of the film from the cast, which goes to show how great it was to work on the film. The main takeaway from Trained Professionals is that it takes more than just a great cast to make a great film. What it takes, especially for a film as fun as Bullet Train, is everyone being willing to give it their all, while still just being able to have a really good time. If Trained Professionals shows us anything, it's that when actors enjoy working on a film, the final product will likely not disappoint. Trained Professionals, of course, isn't the only feature you can find on Bullet Train's DVD and Blu-ray, so what else is on these special editions? Next, what other features are on the Bullet Train Blu-ray and DVD? While the DVD edition of the film is slightly more bare bones, the Blu-ray comes loaded with bonus content. The DVD features Trained Professionals, as well as another feature called Mission Accomplished, Making a Bullet Train. The Blu-ray edition, however, features much more along these two features. What you can expect to find is a blooper reel, a guide to all the film's Easter eggs, another feature called All Aboard the Pain Train Stunts, as well as further content on the stunts in the film, as well as full commentary from David Leitch, Kelly McCormick, and Zach Olkowitz. Now, lucky for you, you won't have to buy a Blu-ray of the film to get an overview of all the Easter eggs you might have missed. We'll be covering that next.
Hey, bro. Wanna make an easy $200?
Moving on, who are some of the celebrity cameos in the film? As previously mentioned, the film is loaded with a ton of high-profile celebrity cameos.
Maria?
Take the gun. Oh my God, did you just say what? We're almost there. You just need to get up.
Did you come to rescue me?
Did you need rescuing?
We already mentioned Sandra Bullock, who despite having a more sizable role as Ladybug's handler, is still something of a cameo. Next is Karen Fukuhara, star of The Boys, who appears as a trained staff member during Ladybug's fight with Tangerine. Channing Tatum shows up for a moment as a passenger on the train who gets used by Ladybug as a diversion. Logan Lerman, star of Percy Jackson and Fury, makes an appearance which we'll be going more in depth on later in the video.
The man who murdered my wife. bro.
Finally, the most memorable cameo comes from Ryan Reynolds, who appears for mere seconds as a character named Carver. We'll also be breaking down the significance of this cameo a bit later. Next, we'll be covering the hidden significance behind Lemon's frequent references to Thomas the Tank Engine. Coming next, what's with all the Thomas the Tank Engine talk? Throughout Bullet Train, Lemon, played by Brian Tyree Henry, makes very frequent references to the children's show Thomas and Friends. Although this may just seem like a running gag through the movie, there is some significance behind it. And yes, it's more than just because the film is set on a train. He claims that he learned much of what he knows about people in life from watching Thomas the Tank Engine. There's one moment where Lemon lists off the personalities of Thomas and Friends' cast of characters, which, if you were paying attention, correlates to the cast of Bullet Train. He compares Joey King's character to the devious diesel engine, which identifies her as the villain. He also compares Thomas himself to his brother Tangerine, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, after he dies. There's another comparison he makes that serves as a hidden Easter egg, which we'll be covering shortly. First, what is the Easter egg in Bullet Train that mirrors Deadpool 2? Next, how does Bullet Train mirror Deadpool 2? As we've already discussed, one of the most unforgettable cameos in Bullet Train comes from Ryan Reynolds' Carver. This cameo was designed to mirror another cameo in Deadpool 2. That cameo, of course, came when many of Deadpool's teammates were killed while skydiving. One of the victims is a mutant, Vanisher, who is completely invisible throughout the film except for when he bites the dust via electrocution. When he lands on a set of power lines, it's revealed for just a few seconds that it was Brad Pitt the whole time. With Brad Pitt making a seconds-long cameo in a Ryan Reynolds film, Reynolds wanted to return the favor. It was revealed in an interview with David Leitch in Entertainment Weekly that Reynolds only agreed to accept the role if his cameo was as short as Pitt's appearance in Deadpool 2. To wrap up our video, we'll quickly be going over some of the many other film references found in Bullet Train. Finally, what are the film's references to the Lost City, Barry, and Percy Jackson? We're going to be ending our video with a lightning round of other references and Easter eggs found in the film. First up is a reference to the recent film The Lost City. This mainly comes from the fact that The Lost City stars Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, and Brad Pitt, who all make appearances in Bullet Train. Brad Pitt plays a character named Jack Trainer, who is revealed to be working on his anger issues. With Pitt's character in Bullet Train expressing similar desires, this may be a subtle nod to The Lost City. Next is a reference to Bill Hader's Hitman series Barry. In the film, Ladybug's therapist in Bullet Train is named Barry, which may be a subtle nod to the show based on both characters being hitmen trying to turn their lives around and be more peaceful. Finally comes a reference to the Logan Lerman-led Perry Jackson series. As we've already mentioned, Lemon in the film makes many references to Thomas the Tank Engine characters, comparing them to characters in the film. In a subtle nod to Lerman's past as the demigod Percy Jackson, he compares his character to that of Percy from Thomas and Friends. All these Easter eggs show that Bullet Train is a very self-aware film and was designed to keep audiences looking for the many hidden secrets and references hidden within it. Although having a deep knowledge of pop culture isn't a prerequisite for enjoying the film, it will certainly help you catch the many Easter eggs and references hidden throughout. Have you seen Bullet Train? Will you be purchasing the Blu-ray to get access to all those bonus features? If you have, what are your thoughts on them? Also, what was your favorite Easter egg in the film? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you next time.